I was my own worst enemy. I was in my own head. I felt like I wasn't ready to put myself out there. If you don't have the right people behind you, if you don't have the same people in your team that want to do what you want to do, you're going to fail.
All right, everyone, thank you for coming out tonight. Really appreciate it. This is our first Spark Connect. So just to give you a little insight about what this is we want to put together a networking event as we moved into this beautiful office about a year ago. And our plan was always to have these types of events. And now that we've grown our communities and connected with people like Simona, we want to start putting together events like this. So every third Thursday of the month, we're going to be doing a Spark Connect. This is our first one. And you will all get an email tomorrow. But if you have anybody in mind that you think would be a great host, or you yourself want to host, we're more than happy to collaborate with you on the next event. So before we get Simona on stage, I want to tell you a bit about Spark Financial Group and what we do here and who we are. So my name is Michael Sakuro. I'm the president and co-founder of Spark Financial Group. And we're a boutique finance company that deals with mortgages, investments, and insurance. And I'm only going to take a couple minutes of your time. I'm going to have my team come up, briefly talk about each sector and each vertical of what we deal with, and then we'll get Simona on stage. So our first vertical is Spark Mortgages. I'm going to have Michelle talk to you about that briefly.
I am Michelle, and I am 1/3 part of the underwriting team, along with Joe and Teddy. So the underwriting team, we have access to many lenders in the space of A, B, and MIC. So we have access to over 88 lenders, along with private lending that we have access to. We pride ourselves on our integrity and our communication. We work with a CRM model where any of your clients that you refer to us get right onto that CRM model. We definitely communicate with them and you as a referral source on a touch point every 3 days. With that, we are able to do lending on the residential side, the commercial side, the mixed unit side, first-time home buyers. Like I said, welcome, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.
Welcome. Thank you for coming tonight. My name is Sandra. This is Tom. We're actually part of our third vertical, which is our insurance division. So we do all home, auto, and commercial. So anything insurance related, we can insure. So business insurance, professional liability. We have an amazing team that we work with, and two of them are here today. We have Marcello in the back and Lisa that's right there. So we have a full service team that can help you and your clients with any situation. And we have Tom here that's now leading our life and group benefits. So that's something that now we're offering as a service.
So basically, we can do any type of insurance that is out there on a personal level. We do the disability insurance, critical illness, life. We're also big on the employee benefits, and we do specialized insurance like Keyman Insurance, something called IFA, which a lot of people may or may not know about, immediate finance arrangements, which is a great tax savings option for business owners. Feel free to reach out to us and ask us any questions.
So while the rest of my team helps you spend your money, I help you invest it. So that is our second vertical that we started earlier this year called Fluent Capital Management. When we started this company, we were dealing a lot with private mortgages, and we had a lot of clients that wanted to grow their wealth, weren't too, a little risk adverse, didn't want to go directly on the deal. So like, Michael, I want to give you my money, I want to grow it through real estate, but I don't want to take the chance. So we came up with Fluent Capital Management. And what Fluent Capital Management is, if you're familiar with the MIC model, we've taken that same model but made a GPLP with a mutual fund trust. Reason we did that, makes it a little bit more flexible. We're able to take those funds, lend on residential and commercial, and also have a tax strategy that benefits both us as the company and you as the investor. Now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Simona to the stage. And thank you again.
I'm going to start off with a story. I think it was last summer. Now, Nick isn't here, but it was last summer that my son and I, we would go to Lifetime. So it's a big gym. We would go hang out and then go and have lunch in the cafe. Saturdays, we would sit there. One Saturday, we were sitting there, and I look over, and there's Nick Regina. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Nick Regina. I know him from Instagram. I'm like, should I go talk to him? Should I go introduce myself? No, he's with his kids. I'm not gonna bother. Every Saturday, I would see him at the gym. And every Saturday, I would stare at him awkwardly like he was Tom Cruise and have absolutely no intention of going up to say hi to him. Fast forward to, I think it was March, there was a Buzz event. Spark was there. So was Mayfair. And before Buzz, Virginia was saying to me, go introduce yourself. Let me connect you with Nick. Let me connect you with Michael. I'm like, no, I'm not there yet. I'm not ready. I'm not there. And I was totally in my own head. We go to Buzz. I must have walked by your booth, I don't know, like a creep, probably 10 times. Like, it was the weirdest thing in the world. And I was just in my own head. I was in my own head. I felt like I wasn't ready to put myself out there just to kind of introduce myself to you guys. Then you guys start Wealth Club. And I'm like, okay, forget it. I'm throwing myself into this. I'm going to do it. And I joined, and I engage, and I talk, and I meet people, and I connected with Nick on DM, and here I am. So the point of my story is, get out of your head when it comes to anything in terms of networking, personal. I was my own worst enemy. Why? I obviously don't have a problem talking in front of people. Most of you who know me know that I have a pretty big mouth. So you kind of like, I don't have that problem, but I felt this wall when it came to people who had a reputation, people who were out on Instagram, people who had a big following, and I just couldn't put myself in front of them. I just felt like I wasn't there. But when you meet them, I mean, everybody here, it's like family. Thank you guys for being here and allowing me to open this up. I'm going to talk about Mayfair a little bit. I'm a paralegal. My background is in personal injury. So I think it was about 15 years ago, was working in the personal injury space, and I worked for a very big firm. But like always, you have a child and you don't want to travel downtown, so I've decided to find something a little closer to home. We worked for a lawyer who was all about business. He did not really care too much about the clients. I sat there and I said, okay, he just cares about the bottom line. He doesn't really care about what happens to people. When it comes to personal injury, you're in accidents, you need to handhold people. They need stuff. They need stuff from you all the time. I turned to my business partner and I said, why can't we do this? Why can't we do this on our own? Why do we need to fall under him? He said, well, we need money. And I said, okay, fine. There's always a reason. Okay, we need money. Okay, I'll get money. So we got money and we asked the clients, whoever wanted to come with us, we're starting a new firm. Do you want to come with us? Okay, so we started with about 57 clients, 2 of us. We were running around everywhere, trying to keep them happy, trying to keep them busy. I'm like, okay, we need to hire somebody, but we don't have that much money. What do? We knew this wonderful person who's here tonight. He was working 3 part-time jobs. Luca, right there. Luca is my right hand. Luca is everything. Luca, where Luca goes, I go. Where I go, Luca goes. He is the most invaluable person that I've ever met in my life. He is sincere, he's loyal, he has a huge heart, and he fit right into what we wanted to do. Mayfair was all about customer service. It's all about customer service. It's all about our clients. Nothing else matters. If we make money, great. If we lose money, oh well, we'll make it up somewhere else. So we started off with 2.5 people, 57 clients, and now we have 700 clients, and we're almost at 15 people. And I have Luca here from the office. I have Clara. I have Arissa who are here representing. Without them, we would not be where we are today. It doesn't matter how much money you throw at people. It doesn't matter, what it is that you try to do. If you don't have the right people behind you, if you don't have the same people in your team that want to do what you want to do, that have that passion, you're gonna fail. It's not gonna happen. So it's thanks to them that's where we are today. So now we've perfected the personal injury space. What do we do now? We want to change it up a little bit. So I said to my business partner, let's get into real estate. He's like, are you serious? The market's terrible. This is a horrible time. I said, it's always a bad time. It's a bad time to have kids. It's a bad time to buy a house. It's always a bad time. I said, let's do it. How do we get into real estate now? Luca had introduced me to Bethany. And Luca introduced me to Bethany because I had no idea how the hell to market on social media. Nobody wants to look at car accidents on Instagram. Nobody wants to know about what to do when you have whiplash. That's not sexy. That's not fun. Nobody cares. So I was completely lost in that space. And Bethany was with complete open arms. Yes, absolutely. What do you need? I'll show you my tricks. I'll show you what I do. Sit with me. She spent hours with me, hours. And now she's one of my closest friends. So Bethany introduced me to real estate. So I started going to these events like this, talking, putting myself out there, being vulnerable, introducing myself, talking about what I can, what I can't do, what can I do better. And you start to meet people and you start to grow. And every single one of you, pretty much every single one of you here, is as a result of the birth of real estate. So these connections that I've made, you guys are all here to support me, which is the most beautiful thing in the world. We don't even have to do business together. I don't even care, really. Like, I'm glad Yaniko's not here because he'd probably kill me, but I actually don't care. We have created friendships, we have created spaces where we could talk about different things, feed off of each other's ideas, opinions, honest opinions. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. But anyways, we do real estate at Mayfair. Our customer service is amazing, right, Arissa? Amazing.